Hey Flosstube, this is Christy, the Raven Cross Stitcher. Welcome back to my channel. If you're one of my subscribers, if you're brand new here, hi, hello, welcome. I'm Christy, I'm a cross stitcher. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. This is my channel where I mostly talk about cross stitch. Today is Monday, November 20th. How you guys doing? I got WIPGO November numbers goals completed. Well, at least 3 out of 4 of them. And then I also have WIPGO for December plans. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hold on before I start. Someone did ask a question on my previous Flosstube video. I will be answering that at the end of this video. So it was how I stitch. I'll go more into detail when I do that. But pretty much I use 3 different stitching methods and kind of combined them together to stitch the way I stitch. Which I will show you what I mean in a little bit. So moving on to WIPGO. WIPGO numbers for November were number 3 and number 8. For number 3, it was on my BAPS board, Heaven Earth Designs Mini Wisdom. My start was 17,183 stitches. If I have a picture, I'm going to insert that right here, what that used to look like. And here is my stop at 18,252 stitches. Obviously, I did not complete my goal. I did stitch this part here. I was about to get into the eagle's head right there, but it's so confetti heavy. I was not mentally prepared for that, so that's why I did not complete this goal. Moving on to number 8. Number 8 was I can't talk right now. My Harry Potter book cover. My starting stitch on this was 12,856 stitches. Here's a picture of what that used to look like. And I completed my goal with 15,870 stitches, and here's what it looks like now. Moving on to my small boards. Number 3 was the Great Hall, which is this one here. The start was 7,240 stitches. Here is a picture. Hopefully I have a picture. Oof. I can't remember if I took a picture or not. If I have the picture, I'm going to insert it right here of what that used to look like. And here's my stop at 9,252 stitches. I mostly worked on this centerpiece right here. A lot of it was half stitches, and I did complete a lot of it. And yes, I'm counting half stitches as 1 stitch. I just count it as 1 stitch because Pattern Keeper counted it as 1 stitch. And I'm not going to go back and try to figure out which ones were half stitches and which ones were full stitches. And yeah. So just for WIPGO, I completed my goal for that. Number 8 on my small boards, all aboard the Hogwarts Express. I started at 6,896 stitches, and here's a picture of what that used to look like. And here is my stop at 8,904 stitches. So pretty much I finished the blue. The blue is done. The blue sky, that is. And then a little bit of the greenery here. And that's done for now. That's my WIPGO for November. Moving on to December's. December numbers were number 12 and number 20. First one on my BAPS board is my Wizard Alley. And I will be starting at 9,220 stitches. Okay. Number 20 on my BAPS board is Wizard Game, and I'm starting at 17,308 stitches. Can you see that? Okay. On to my small boards. Number 12 is Welcome to Diagon Alley. I'm starting at 2,013 stitches. Number 20, this is the second time it's called. It's going to be the last time it's called for the year. But the last time it was called, I did not do any stitches on it. So it is still a new start, technically. So here is my Expecto Patronum new start. And yes, that's it for WIPGO. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around, and I will be kind of explaining my stitch pattern ish, how I stitch, my stitching method. I don't know, whichever way you want to call it. Yeah, let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to show you my stitching method, how I stitch, what's my process, my the path I take when I stitch. Before I get into that, the person who asked me that question also asked another question on a different video about my highlighters I use on the fabrics. These are friction pins by Pilot. These I bought them back in the States. This one, it has a cap pin, you're right, and then it has this little tip at the end, and it erases with the friction, erases the pin mark. When I use this on fabrics, this will come out most of the time, not every time, but it will come out when you iron the piece. I do not suggest you to use red on fabrics. The only time you'll see me using red on a fabric is when I am stitching with red thread, because red is a pain to get out of the fabrics. So if you ever see me using this, it's because I'm using red thread, and I know with red thread it will cover up the pin marks, so I don't have to worry about it coming out or not. I do this out of habit when I erase with pencil and the eraser bits are coming out. This is not how the little eraser bits, that's just out of a habit. But yeah, see, the lines, they come out. Same works with the friction highlighters. So these I found at Target back in the States. These I found here in Japan. So these light ones, they're a little too light for me. I bought them thinking they would work well. This green is fine, but the pink, the yellow, and there was another color, it was just too light for me. But I did find these friction pins are a little bit more neon bright friction pins that work just as well. And just like the pins, the highlighters also have the friction part too. So these come off just like the pins do. So that's why I'm using these for the Magic Potion cell. Because the Magic Potion cell is, the colors changes between day to day. This, having them marked on the fabric, makes it easier so I know which color I'm stitching on which. So, yes. That's how I'm using that. Then I got these pins. I got quite a few of these. These are friction markers. They're fine tip markers. The eraser is on the cap part of the marker. So when you put the cap back on, you can erase it with the cap tip. and it'll take off that marker. The markers, I think I found these ones on Amazon, and they come in different colors as well. They're the same brand. This one is on Japanese, so I know I bought these in Japan. But yeah, that's that. And I think this is another one. This is a super fine tip marker, and it too erases. So now I'm done showing off. Let's go ahead and get into stitching. Let me get a few different colors here. What color should I use? Oh, let's get a purple. Whoops. Alright. Let's get a green in here too. Alright. Okay, so when I stitch, I have ADHD, so I hyper focus and easily distracted. For me, I started working with row rows method this past summer, and it's been really good for me, like just to give me something to focus on. So pretty much essentially what it is you do a 10 by 20 square and you stitch on everything inside that, and you focus what's in this area. So doing this kind of forces me to concentrate on this part here and to try to ignore everything that's going on outside of that stitch area. So that is one method that I use for stitching. The second method is like a small down version of cross-country stitches. Cross-country stitches is when you pick one color and you stitch all those colors, all those stitches on that one color throughout the whole piece. And when you're done with that one color, you move on to the next color and you stitch all those colors in that piece until the whole area is done with all the colors. There's some people who do extreme cross-country stitches, and you'll find them on oh geez, what's it called? Heaven and Earth Facebook page, the official Heaven and Earth Facebook page. A lot of people show the pictures in progress, and it does look pretty cool when they do one color at a time. It looks really nice that they're able to do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Not for the whole piece anyways. If I focus on the small area, I can do a smaller down version of cross-country stitches. So what I do is I pick the numbers that have the fewest number of stitches in the area that I'm trying to focus on, and I knock those out first. Once I'm done with that, and I finish all the smaller stitches, and I do park my threads. So I'll have like one here, and then I'll have another one over here, and these are parked so they're out of my way of the area that I'm working on. So when I fill in the rest with the last color, I believe it's called railroad stitches, which essentially is you do half stitches from left to right, and once I get to this side, I go back and I complete the full stitches. And then I do that to the next row. And then I go back. And I go back and forth until the whole area is filled. So would you like to see a bigger version of that? So this is just for an example. Here are the random cross-country stitches, and then the other cross-country stitches. and then my railroad stitches. So I use 3 different methods altogether to stitch, and that's kind of how I'm able to stitch faster. Pattern Keeper is a really good tool. I'm not sponsored by Pattern Keeper, but I absolutely love it. When you click on a certain color on Pattern Keeper, it will light up all the colors on the whole chart, showing you where they're all at. So I usually stop my recording when I'm working with time-lapse. I'll kind of study the chart to see where the little stitches are, and I plan it out about what path I want to go. Do I want to start with the blue color, or do I want to start with the purple color, or whatever color it may be? Whichever one that's fewer first, and knock those little ones out, and then go in with the big ones. Because by the time the little ones already stitched, I already know the rest of the big area is the same color, and I can just mindlessly stitch it. Mindlessly stitch it, what do I mean? I mean that I'm able to stitch here without having to think, wait, which color goes here, which color goes there. I just know if it's blank, that means that's all the same color, and I just need to fill it in. When working with something that's confetti heavy, this doesn't really work too well on that. That's kind of why I didn't really feel like stitching on the eagle, because I was stitching using this method here, and with the eagle it was a bit too much confetti heavy, and I just didn't feel like stitching on it, and yeah, that's why that whip is on timeout. So hopefully that explained my stitching style method. I'm not really a method, it's probably a style. If you have any more questions, I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Hopefully this kind of explains my thought process on stitching, and hopefully it could help you out in the future. Please let me know if you try it and if it works for you. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But if it does, great. Thank you so much everyone for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, happy stitching. Bye.